Hello everyone, my name is Tanwi and today I'm talking about data privacy. This topic is for my individual project research for cybersecurity class 332 at Metro State University. My instructor name is Jennifer Grant. So let's define what is cloud computing. Cloud computing refers to delivery of computing service over the internet, including storage, processing power, and software application. Instead of relying on physical hardware or on-premise servers, cloud computing allows users to access the utilized resource from a remote server and or data center. This enables the business and individual to scale their computing resource up or down as needed, pay on and then pay they can pay only what they use and they access to their data and application from anywhere with an internet connection. Cloud computing also offer increasing flexibility, security, and reliability, making it a popular choice for organization and of all size. So we have three examples that's for the big company work in this industry. Is first one is Dropbox, second one is Drive, and third one is Amazon S3. So far, Drive is more popular with everyone about the cloud, and also if you guys use Google a lot, you guys can know about the email that they use the same system. So let's moving on. So what there's three type of cloud computing. First one is infrastructure as a service. This is a most specific form of cloud computing where user can rent virtualized computing resources such as server, storage, and networking hardware from provider. This allows user to scale their computing resource up and down or down as needed without having to invest in or manage a physical hardware. The second one is a platform as a service. This type of cloud computing provide user with a platform to develop, run, and manage their own software application without having any worry about underlying infrastructure. The platform typically include the development tools, running time environments, and all the resources needed to build and deploy application. The third one is a software as a service. This is the most comprehensive form of cloud computing where user can access and use complete software application over the internet. The software is typically hosted and managed by provider and user just accessing through the web browser or dedicated application. This eliminates the need for user to install and maintain software on their own device. So after know about the type of cloud computing, we're gonna moving on to see what's the advantage when we're using the cloud computing. So one of the advantages is the scalability. Uh, Cloud computing allow users to scale their computing resource up or down as needed without having invest or manage physical hardware. This make it's make easy for business to handle sudden spike in traffic and demand without descripting service. The second one is the cost effective. Cloud computing eliminates the need for business to purchase the maintain of physical hardware, which can be really expensive. Which cloud computing business can pay for only the resource that they use, making the effective solution for both small and a large business. The second one will be the accessibility. Cloud computing allow users to access their data and application from anywhere in the world with an internet connection, making it easier to collaborate and work remote. This also means that business can be easily expand their operation to new location without having to set up a new infrastructure. The fourth one will be the reliability. Cloud computing provides typical offer robust security and backup solution ensure that data is always protected and accessible. Ad- uh, a- Additionally, because cloud computing rely on multiple service and data center is less likely to expand downtime or data loss. The last one of the advantage when we use the cloud computing is flexibility. So cloud computing allow business to choose from variety of service and provider, making it easy to find solution that they meet their specific needs. Uh, Additionally, because the cloud computing resource are virtualized, they can be easily to move between different provider and service. Next one will be we're gonna discover about what data privacy. So data privacy refer to protection of personal and sensitive information from unauthorized access, use, and disclosure. It's involved ensure that personal data is collected, processed, and stored by manner in a manner that respect the privacy right of individual and comply with applicable laws and regulation. Data privacy include the implement security measures to prevent the data breach, obtain consent from individual before collecting their personal data, and providing individual with transparent and control over their data. Also, data privacy is essential for building trust between organization and their customer or user, and for ensure the responsible handling of sensitive information. So, uh, so we're gonna moving on. So there's so many type of data privacy, and right now we have five types. First one will be the personal data privacy. This type of privacy concern to the collection, use, and disclose of personal information such as individual name, address, phone number, or email address. Personal data privacy is often regulated by data protection laws such as General Data Protection Regulation in the European Union. Next one is information privacy. This type of data concern the right of individual to control how their information is collected, used, and shared. It include the right to know what information to be collected, the purpose of the collection, and how it's going to be used. Physical privacy. This type of data privacy concern protection and an individual physical space and personal possessions, such as their home, personal documents, and electrical device. Physical privacy is often protected by law that prohibit unlawful search and searches, and that require law enforcement to obtain a warrant before accessing personal data. And the most last one will be the privacy of communication. This type of data privacy concerns the protection of an individual's right to communicate privately without the risk, exception, or surveillance. It include protecting the privacy of email, messaging, or phone conversation, as well as the confidence to confidently of legal and medical communication. So the last one of the privacy type of privacy is financial privacy. This type of data privacy concern protect the financial information such as their bank account detail, their credit score, their financial transaction, or their daily payment. Financial privacy is often protected by law that require financial institutions to maintain the confidentiality of their customers' information, and that prohibit the unauthorized access to use of financial data. So why the after that? So why the data privacy is really important for us? We're gonna move on. So One of them is protecting personal information. So data privacy ensure that individual have control over their information, their personal information, and thus is not used for malicious purpose, such as identity theft, fraud, or harassment. Second one will be the maintain trust. The data privacy is critical of building and maintain trust between organization and their customer or user. When organization handle personal data responsibility and transparently, it can be enhanced their reputation and strengthen customer loyalty. Compliance with the regulation data privacy is often regulated by law and regulation that require organizations to protect the personal information and respect the individual privacy right. Compliance with the regulation is essential for avoiding the legal penalty and reputational damage. The next one will be the prevent data breaches. Data privacy measures such as encryption and access controls can help to prevent the data breaches and unauthorized access to sensitive information. This can help to reduce the risk of financial loss, reputation damage, and the legal liability. Encourage innovation when individual trust that their data has been used responsibility and for religious purpose, they make more willing to share the information and practice to do data driven in intensity. So because the clouds really this industry is really big and there's so much so that so cloud gonna be handle much more really a lot of information user information. So what we're gonna concern about why the data is matter in the cloud. So first what we're gonna think about is a data storage location. When the data is stored in cloud, it may be stored in the data center located in a different country or regions. This can affect data privacy at different country, may have different data protection laws, which can be effective to collection, use, and transfer of personal data. The next reason is access control. Cloud service provider may use access control to restrict access to data, but if these control are not properly implemented, it can result in unauthorized access to sensitive information. The next reason is data breaches. Cloud service provider are responsible for securing their system and protecting customer data, but they're not immune to data breach. In the event of a data breach, personal data stored in the cloud can be compromised. Next reason will be the data ownership. When data is stored in the cloud, question about the data ownership can arise, and it may not be clear who owns the data or who has the right access to it, which can be raised a concern about the data privacy. The last one, the last reason will be the third-party service provider. Cloud service provider may use third-party service provider to help them manage their system, which can involve sharing customer data with these provider. This raise concern about the data privacy, as a customer may not aware that their data has been shared with the third parties. So there will be a lot of risk of associated with when we associate with a cloud data privacy, and there's three reasons that we can talk about. So first one is a data breach. Cloud service provider are responsible for securing their system and protecting customer data, but they are not immune to the data breach. In the event of the data breach, personal data stored in the cloud can be compromised. The second risk will be the data loss. Cloud service provider typically use a redundancy and backup system to protect against the data loss, but these systems are not foolproof. A failure of the system can be resolved in the loss of customer data. Second risk, the third risk will be the unauthorized access. Cloud service provider may be access control to restrict access to the data, but this control may not properly implement. This can be resolved in this can make a result to the unauthorized access to the sensitive information. The next risk will be the lack of control. When the data is stored in a cloud, customer may have less control over how their data is used and shared in the internet. This makes uh, it difficult to customer to protect their privacy and ensure that their data has been used appropriately. The next one will be compliance and regulatory issue. When data is stored in cloud, it may be stored in the data center located in different country. As we talked about before, this can be effective that the data privacy as different country that may have another protection law and which can it's gonna be really impact to the user information. The last one will be the contractual risk. Customer may not fully understand the term of their cloud service contract and the data privacy implication of this contract. This can result the customer know unknow or agreeing to the term and that may not align with their data privacy preference or the law requirement. So how we gonna protecting our data in cloud? And there's few things we can think about. So first, we have a data encryption. Data should be encrypted both when it's stored in the cloud and when it's being transmitted over the network. This can be help protect against data breach and unauthorized access. Second one will be the strong access control. Access to data cloud should be restricted to only those who need it. This can be achieved through the use of strong access control, such as the multi-factor authentication, identify, and access management tool. Next one will be the regular monitoring and auditing. Organizations should regularly monitor and audit their cloud service provider to ensure that they are following the best practice for their privacy and security. This can include a reviewing log and another monitoring data, conducting regular vulnerability scan, and performing penetration tests. Next one will be the clear policy and procedure. Organizations should have clear policy and procedure in place for managing the data in cloud that can include policy and around data classification, data retention, and incident response. Next one will be the contractual protection. Organizations should carefully review, negotiate their cloud service contract to ensure that they include strong data privacy and security protection. This can include requirements for data encryption, strong access control, regular monitoring and auditing, and clear data ownership and data privacy policy. The last one will be data backup and disaster recovery. Organizations should have backup and disaster recovery plan in place for their data stored in cloud. This can be help ensure that the data is not lost in the advance of a data breach, natural disaster, or other unexpected event. So I have a few examples of protect data privacy. First one will be the data encryption. Organization can be used encryption tool and technology to encrypt their data both when it installed in the cloud when it and when it is being transmitted over the networks. For example, they can use the advanced encrypt standard encryption for the data to the rest of the at the rest. The second one will be the strong access control. Organization can use the multi-factor authentication, IAM tools, or BAC control access to the data cloud, such as, for example, when you can the Google have a function that for the site two-step authentication when you log into your account. The next one will be the data backup and disaster recovery. Organization can develop the backup and disaster recovery plan for their data stored in the cloud. This can include a regular backup of data and testing disaster recovery plan to ensure that they are effective. So next ones will be we're gonna talk about cloud service provider responsibility. So physical So cloud service provider have a shared responsibility model with their customer, and when it comes to data privacy and security, the exact responsibility of the cloud server provider will depend on type of cloud service they provide to the customer and the term of the service agreement, uh, and other factors. So this will be a few responsibility of the provider as we have. First one will be the physical security. Cloud service provider and respond for the physical security of their data center, including access control, security camera, and other physical security measure. Next one will be the network security. Cloud service provider are responsible for security of the network, including firewall, excuse me, instructions detection system, and other network security measure. Next one will be the platform security. Cloud service provider are responsible for the security of their cloud platform, including operating system, virtualized layer, and other platform security measure. So the conclusion of Okay, so the conclusion, the cloud data privacy is crucial for the organization and relying on cloud computing for their operation. With the increasing use of cloud service, it is important for business to understand the potential risks to take protect step to protect their data privacy and their customer information. And there are a few steps that we need to do to protect um, our information, that we have to understand our data information, try to determine what the data need to be stored in the cloud and where it's going to be stored. The second one is to the reputable reputation cloud service provider. Select provider that offer robust security feature and compliance with the industry regulation, ensure the provider is transparent about its security practice and offer legal service clear service legal agreement. The third one will be you make sure that you use encrypt data both at rest and in transit to prevent unauthorized access. The last one that I suggest to you as a uh, motor monitor security, that the organization have to monitor um their cloud data, their security, uh, continuously to make sure that the security is in a good environment and try to avoid a threat. Thank you, you guys, to listening to me today.